This is VSiN, the sports betting network.
Follow the money. That's what I always say. You always follow the money. Yeah.
This is Follow the Money with Mitch Moss and Paulie Howard on VSiN.
Here we go. Welcome in. It is Follow the Money on VSiN, the sports betting network. Mitch Moss, along with Paulie Howard. We're live in downtown Las Vegas from the Circa Resort Casino on a very busy Friday. There's a lot to get to. We have great guests today on the program, including Bob McKillop in studio coming up in 30 minutes in town for the Crown, but also legendary coach at Davidson, the man in charge when Steph Curry went there. Talked to him for 3 hours probably. Greg Peterson in 90 minutes, his best bets, Final Four preview. And former Florida Gator, won a couple of natties his time there, Corey Brewer, a little bit later on in the show. We're going to react to the NBA straw polls, plural, that came out earlier today. The NBA card overall tonight, another tanking parlay possibility that might cash, fingers crossed. And Paul, so as a gambling network, we have to start with this because we do have games coming up right now in Major League Baseball. And that would be the first one in like 5 minutes is Reds-Rangers. Singer is going against Mackenzie Gore in this game, who was pretty damn solid in his Rangers debut in his first start. Singer, like some K props here, he is projecting for 5.81 Ks at Opta AI, and Gore projects for 6.68. I will give you this. I saw earlier today, the Rangers as big favorites when they're minus 160 plus. Since 2023, 65 and 27 straight up, and 21 and 5 straight up last year. Most profitable team in that span, Rangers money line, that according to BetLab Sports. I don't have a bet in that game, though. I do have one in the Phillies-Rockies game.
Okay. What'd you do?
I
like the Rangers. Yes.
Oh, you do like the Rangers?
Yes,
okay.
I do. It's big with Gore, the price he's laying, but I do like him as well, and I like Seattle. Wu has put up good numbers against the Angels, and he had a huge performance against them last year. So, we're still waiting on some of these teams to get the bats going, and we might be waiting a while. But I think Seattle's worth a look and Texas worth a look coming up.
Okay. Yeah, to me, it was a game starting at 1:10 Pacific time, so 4:10 on the East Coast. It's at Coors. It's the Phillies and the Rockies. Nola goes against Lorenzen. I'll give you a couple of numbers here to pinpoint where I landed today with my bets. But Aaron Nola last year was awful, had a 6.01 ERA, and he allowed 1.7 home runs per 9. His road numbers, he was 0-6 with the record. He had an ERA hovering around 7. The whip was 1.48. Michael Lorenzen, by the way, a 4.64 ERA, and he allowed 1.69 home runs per 9. In his 6 career starts in Colorado, a 4.03 ERA and a 1.21 whip. Lorenzen has pitched 8 times here, 2 starts. Those numbers, by the way, were Nola, but Lorenzen, a 9.24 ERA in 12.1 innings and a 1.6 whip. Schwarber, 8 home runs in 20 games at Coors over 94 plate appearances, and Bryce Harper has been... it's Coors Field, so we could hit there. But Bryce Harper, a 350 career average, 9 home runs, 17 doubles, and over 1,000 OPS. I split a bet here. I went first 5 over 5.5 even money, and I went over 10 for the game at minus 115. This is it's Nola and Lorenzen, so like their ceilings are high. They also have very low floors, but it's in Coors. Like 10, to me, is a low total when you have like the offensive firepower that Philly can trot out there. So I split a bet and went with both those overs there.
All right. I like the Brewers as well.
Yeah, so do I.
Keep this going. Patrick's going. They're only $1.12. They've outscored their opponents 26-3 from the 6th inning on. And the Royals' bullpen was a mess in the last couple of games. And don't look now. Milwaukee and Houston tied for most runs scored. And Javier's got good numbers against the A's. So we go back to this with Sacramento/Las Vegas. Springs against Javier, and Javier's $1.10. Coming up later tonight as well.
Yep. And the Yankees are leading the Marlins as we speak, opening day at Yankee Stadium. Did you see that place, by the way?
Did they do something to the center field? They looked like they added seats to me. And I also saw the fried bucket ice cream that they got. That's all
they got a bucket of fried ice cream.
Yes.
I'm in for that.
Check it out. But
Ariel Epstein's there, by the way. I think she said that she's gone to 22 consecutive opening days at Yankee Stadium. The Bally's area near the park, they were packed in like it was New Year's Eve. I've never seen that for a baseball game before, like 3 hours before first pitch. They were just going crazy there. Guys, can we fire up the Matt Vasgersian from earlier in the week? Because he joined us on Tuesday, and Will Warren took the bump today from the Yankees, and now he left the game before he actually finished the 6th inning overall, but his K prop was 4.5 or 5.5, and 5.5 over was plus money, and this was Matt Vasgersian talking about Warren with us on Tuesday, previewing this game.
Yeah, he's probably going to go Friday. The Yankees haven't announced that officially yet, but it's his day. My like of Will Warren began last year, and it's even stronger now because he changed his spot on the mound. He's pitching off the third base side of the rubber now, and it's created a whole different lane for him to attack the strike zone. You can see it when you watch him pitch, especially if you line up videos side by side, which we've done. You really see the difference. And he's a guy who had some strikeout totals that popped last year. He works deep into counts, and so a lot of times the pitch count prevents him from getting to 7, 8, 9 punch-outs. I don't know about as a futures play, but I think as a guy to watch for strikeout totals, especially when he's at home, especially in the daytime, and he might get a home day start on opening day on Friday against the Marlins team that'll swing and miss a little bit. He's a guy to watch every 5 days too. So
hopefully you caught the show on Tuesday when Matt came on with us, filed that one away. We brought it up again, and Warren did finish with 6 Ks today. He went over all of his K props.
Wow, that's the story of the season. In 7 games, they've allowed 8 runs.
Yeah.
They just been awesome with their pitching staff, and be a good win to go to 6-1 tonight. And congrats if you had the same game parlay. Judge went deep, Ohtani went deep.
Now the Dodgers absolutely mashing today.
Oh, they got it going. Freeman went deep, Mookie went deep, Ohtani went deep. Ohtani's reached base 37 games in a row, I think it is now. So that was no sweat, winning 13-6, and Michael has had nothing. Valdez was something though.
Yeah,
he was
for
strong.
sure.
And they shut out the Cardinals, so they're back on track, snapping their 4-game losing streak.
Well, let me point out a couple of system plays at VSiN.com, courtesy of Steve Makinen. By the way, they went 3-0 yesterday on the show. The ones that we pointed out on the air yesterday. So here are the games that we have today, and a couple of those were already this morning, but they'll tell you how they the results came in already. Back teams with a better Steve Makinen bullpen rating and a starting pitcher rating if that team has an even or worse record. In the 2025 season, he found that teams with an even or worse record on the season, but showing a better bullpen rating per his numbers and starting pitcher, have resulted in units. You're up 48.41 units over that time, an ROI of plus 14%. The 2-year record on this angle is now up plus 83 units and 12.6%. The plays that qualified today: hello Tigers, hello Yankees, and still to come, the Mariners, the Athletics, and the Mets. And again, his system plays have been awesome so far, and Makinen absolutely crushed it again last year if you just specifically bet based on his bullpen ratings alone. That was one of them. One other angle today, or system, courtesy of Makinen: teams with strong bullpens, and this would be one of them, a Makinen rating of 10 or higher with an elite starting pitcher of 20 plus or more per his numbers, up 30 plus units when not matched against the same. The angle brought in 12.66 units over the final 2 weeks of last year. So far this season, up about 1 plus units. Texas, Seattle, and the Mets qualify for that tonight.
Uh-huh.
And what do you expect out of Griffin right away tonight for the Pirates?
That I don't know. That's it's exciting, though. And I hope he delivers, and hope he's like McConaughey and gets off to a hot start. The other, you can fade these teams. The Reds and the A's tied for fewest runs. Guys not named Stewart hitting 155 for Cincinnati. It's been bad.
Yeah, it's terrible.
And the A's certainly with all the strikeouts, too. Another reason to back the Astros, and another reason to back Gore in Texas coming up, and that just started.
Well, the Marlins get a tough task here, obviously, today and this weekend against the Yankees. But what do you have in your notes here about 94 win pace overall?
Yeah, if you go back to June 13th, what they've done. Yeah. And we said it earlier in the week, they have more wins than the Yankees and the Dodgers during this stretch. So it's not going to work out today, but this has quietly been a great story, what they've done since June 13th going back.
It feels like it's completely under the radar.
Yes.
And they get lost because, oh my God, they play in the big bad NL East where you have the Braves, the Phillies, and of course the Mets competing But who knows? I mean, I don't think I'd be shocked if they're in like the playoff mix come mid-August. As long as they didn't do the fire sale, before that at the deadline. So they got a lot of young dudes. In fact, they got one guy going today, Perez. He was on the mound today against the Yankees. He got touched up a little bit there, but overall, he's got some of the best stuff in all of Major League Baseball.
Is this the day for the Mets? Can they break out of it? 1 for 32 last 4 games, runners in scoring position. Come on, guys.
Well,
let's go. Major disappointment so far, what they've done.
What do you do about that? I mean, you just keep betting them again until they do snap out of it and expect like that can't continue, or do you have to see it before?
No, I'm keep fading them.
Yeah.
I like the Giants yesterday. Absolutely. I mean, it's the same thing I would feel about the Reds, and the A's, how bad they've been offensively and not doing anything.
And I looked at some K projections for tonight. You mentioned Wu going. You like the Mariners. The Ballpark Pal website projects him for 8.2 Ks, and like 30% of the time he gets 10 strikeouts in the game tonight. I bet him before the season started to lead the majors in baseball. In strikeouts, so I did bet him over 7.5 at plus money in that game. Taking a shot there. Follow the Money is brought to you by ProfitX. Sign up today, make your first purchase, and earn a bonus up to $100 in bonus cash. Download the ProfitX app and use the code VSiNMM. And some of those games that we just talked about are about to start with the first pitch. I think we had 4 going at 1:10 Pacific, and the other one was at 1:05. Coming up, win-lose. And the latest straw poll is out for NBA MVP and Rookie of the Year. All I can say is, wow.
There is no other college basketball betting analyst quite like him. His passion is unparalleled. He handicaps every game, every day, all season long. Sleep is not an option for him. He stays fresh by running 12 miles a day, every day, while doing his podcast and answering your tweets. He is Greg Hoops Peterson.
Tame the madness of March by catching Greg Peterson on VSiN, the sports betting network.
This is VSiN, a network of sports betting analysts, writers, hosts, and handicappers, all here to help you become a more confident bettor. We broadcast live every day from Las Vegas, the sports betting capital of the world, and from studios across the country, giving you insight from every angle of the action. Take VSiN with you wherever you go with the VSiN Watch app, or catch us on streaming platforms and regional sports networks. You can also listen live on SiriusXM channel 158 and on radio stations nationwide. Check out VSiN.com as well for betting tools, exclusive betting splits, AI-powered player prop projections from Opta, pro picks for every game, plus in-depth betting guides and articles built to give you an edge. From sharp betting analysis and daily best bets to insider interviews and expert breakdowns, VSiN is your trusted source for everything happening in the world of sports betting. See everything we have to offer at VSiN.com and become part of the Sports Betting Network.
Coming up on Monday's edition of Money Moves, the national title game is set in the NCAA. We'll give you every single angle for who's going to cut down the nets. Player props, side total, and more. You're not going to want to miss it. In the NBA, we've got some monster matchups as we head down the home stretch. Knicks on the road against the Hawks. I love this team in this spot. We'll tell you what it is and why it's so important to play it when you get your apps open. So join us. It's Money Moves, 11 to 1 Pacific, 2 to 4 Eastern, here on VSiN, the Sports Betting Network.
Some, Lose Some is sponsored by the Sharp Plays.
Were you a winner last night?
Wow, winning.
Or was it a rough one?
Well, they can't all be winners, can they?
Loser! You're a loser! Paulie Howard recaps the night in sports betting in Win Some, Lose Some.
Canucks did it in the first period again, plus 220, and the first period went over, but order was restored as the Wild win the game and cover the puck line.
Well, Eddie Olczyk yesterday on the show. Guys, this has 6-3-5-2 written all over it.
Yes, they went from 450 to 550 at Caesars. Closed a 550 favorite. Incredible. Favorites went 12-2. Florida plus 145 cashes. Penguins get there again. 14-1 run, goal in the first 10. They did lose the game. NBA, Charlotte, Phoenix over. 221 up to 229. Flies over, Charlotte blasts them. Lakers, Thunder over 225 up to 233.5. Thunder got whatever they wanted. And I have to put this in there again. Kirk Cousins to the Raiders. 11 years in a row, guaranteed contract. He's the third highest paid quarterback in NFL history, behind Stafford and Brady.
He's got
Cousins.
He's got the best agent in the history of mankind.
One playoff win. What a career.
One. Think about that.
Subscribe, be part of the team, VSiN.com, our radio and podcast friends. You always want to see these tweets and videos. At Paulie Does Vegas on Instagram. Send them in, we'll put you on. This guy has been waiting and waiting to swim. He knows. Look at his face, right? 5 weeks. Finally, the weather cooperates. The pool, there he goes. Starts hauling ass inside the house. Get his little vest on. Got to be safe. Grabs it, right? Have the human put it on him. It's enclosed. And he gets his toys. And he put the hose on there, too. Even got the hose on him. And he jumps right in. That's great. Goes right in, spray him. He loves it. Good-looking pool, too, that he can't wait to go in there. A lot of dogs. My guy doesn't like the water.
No.
It's too bad. But these dogs can't get enough. And he's been waiting all this time to swim as well. Going in fresh here. This guy's in charge of snack distribution. Oh, yeah, it's Walter. I think that's our guy Walter who's going on the doggy daycare bus. Oh, here we go. This is great. He's excited. Can't wait. In the snow, jumps in, hop on the bus, and then he goes in there. He got the hat on, and then he's got the treats in his backpack. And he gives them out to the community, and everyone, okay, here you go. Everyone gets a treat.
Everybody's pal.
Oh, that's great. Look at that. He's so excited. He knows what's going on. I'm in charge. Those little bacon bits?
Cookie pallet says.
Oh, does it? Okay. That's great. He gets some, pass it along. Everyone's got their own seat. That's excellent. Dynamite. Lose some. Clippers vomited on themselves again. +4 to -2.5. Run out at home against San Antonio. And Portland, New Orleans died 228 up to 236.5. Portland wins, but it stays under. Baseball every day. NBA, NHL playoffs soon. Sharp Plays covers it all. They've been winning for 15 straight years. He's good with the golf. It's all documented. Posted publicly, sharpplays.com. When the Sharp Plays moves, the books take notice. Advanced AI, trusted insider intel. They find the value before the numbers shift. Respected, watched, and feared. Start winning with them. Sharpplays.com. Get it.
Well, that'll do it for the awards in the NBA, the main ones anyway. Straw poll came out today.
Good job, Henry Abbott, on the show. Good job.
Henry Abbott, Brian Geltzeiler.
Yes, that something was amiss.
Right.
Should be a blowout.
And, well, the Rookie of the Year certainly was, because included for the first time ever was a bonus edition of the Rookie of the Year straw poll. And for those of you just tuning in right now, may have missed this today, you're at work, you're busy, you have lives. 100 people participate in this. Some have votes, not all of them. But we were wondering how close this actually was. I said this on the air. I think it was either earlier this week or late last week. Like, if I could trust these voters, it would be get down as much as possible on Con Kneppel, because he absolutely has to be the award winner. Well, 80 people who participated in the straw poll voted Con Kneppel first overall. Absolute landslide over Cooper Flagg. Now, how about this? Both guys got a third-place vote.
I was going to say that. Shame on you, give Kneppel a third-place vote. So he went from 260 to 2,500.
Oh, it's been a steady climb throughout the entire day.
In one day. 260 to 2,500. He's 1,800 at DraftKings, 2,500 at Caesars. So the fat lady's warming up.
Well, I hope some tailed yesterday in pocket when I gave out a parlay at -138. That parlay is not even available to bet on right now. They won't allow you to do it. That's SGA to win the MVP and Con Kneppel to win the Rookie of the Year.
Are you disappointed with the MVP?
I'm surprised.
Yeah.
I'm actually more surprised that SGA got 88 first-place votes than Con Knueppel got 80. I thought the Con thing would be 70-30, 65-35. I thought SGA Victor Wembanyama would be 60-40 in that range. Yeah. I mean, it's not even close. SGA got 88 first-place votes.
Yep.
It's over with.
Well, maybe there are people still waiting to see who gets the 1 seed.
Yeah.
But I don't see the Thunder losing 2 games in the last week. So that's that.
Wemby got 8. Joker got 3. Jaylen Brown still 1. And how about this? Of the 100 people who participated, 1 person left off Nikola Jokic from the top 5. Did you notice that?
Wow.
And 3 people left Luka off their top 5. I mean, I'm sorry. Again, Jaylen Brown's been great.
Yeah.
Take Michael Wilbon's vote away.
Yep.
The guy sounds worse and worse every single time he talks about anything like this.
Mm-hmm.
And to leave off Joker from the top 5 or Luka top 5, guys, come on, what are we doing here? Stop it.
37, 8, and 7 in March with 2 steals a game.
You have a center leading the league in rebounding and in assists. Like, knock it off. Mm-hmm. Don't get cute with this. He's absolutely 1 zillion% one of the top 3 players in the NBA and deserves to be in the top 5 for the NBA MVP voting. Yeah, it goes all the way back, though. It doesn't matter what sport. Like, you can't trust all these people. You really can't.
Yeah, and Brian Windhorst said something interesting, that he thinks Duren is locked up most improved. Yet Alexander Walker's the favorite at $1.60.
He's a short shot, yeah.
That's surprising.
Mm-hmm.
I think Duren should win it. Alexander Walker's been great, but it's been recent, and it coincides with the 17-2 run that Atlanta's on. But Duren has been a beast.
Yep.
And they have won games without, and again last night, without Cunningham. So that's why I think Bickerstaff's got to be coach of the year and Duren most improved. So maybe there's a bet to be made, and Brian Windhorst talks to everyone. Maybe he just forgot about him. I don't know. But he thinks Duren is locked up the most improved, even though he's the second choice. So that caught me by surprise today.
Let me set the scene last night. So Lorraine has plans. She's out of the house. It's me and Sebastian. He turns 2 next month. So, trying to preoccupy a 1-year-old's time is a little bit difficult from time to time. But I had him locked in last night. The kid was good to go. He was in an awesome mood. He had a little tablet watching like Coco Melon or whatever. Like, this is phenomenal. I get the entire TV on my own tonight, and I'm locked into Thunder Lakers, and I shut it off in the second quarter. Mm-hmm. My God, Paul. Oh. And my early observation was the Lakers trotted out LaRavia in the game to start. Marcus Smart wasn't there, and he's playing. It was embarrassing watching him play, and the Thunder have 5 guys on the bench that would be starting on the Lakers on any given night. And it was just, now here's the thing, the Thunder don't shoot like that all the time. If they do, it's over with. Nobody will touch them. But I was so disappointed in that game. I actually wanted like a 2.5 hours of an NBA game that's wildly entertaining, and 15 minutes in, I'm like, okay, I got better things to do.
Well, they didn't come ready to play, and they were sloppy.
Nope, not at all.
11 turnovers in the first half and just giving them free baskets. That's not going to get it done, and you're going to get embarrassed. The other thing is now what happens with Luka. We can't have him hurt. So now you have to watch what Minnesota does, because now maybe you want to get the 6th seed.
Yeah.
Because this is maybe, I don't know how many games they're going to win in the last week of the season, though, if he's not there, and I don't know how long he's going to be out. So we just can't have this. I mean, this goes back to the year after COVID, when the Bucks won the title. Freak got hurt, still won the title, but he missed playoff games. Trae Young missed playoff games. Kawhi got hurt. Anthony Davis got hurt. I still think they would have had a great chance to repeat. They led that series when he got hurt. So now we're down Cade, who knows when he's coming back, and now Luka with the hamstring, who knows how long. He's out. If it's true that he tweaked it in the first half, why was he in the game? Sure. You're down 30 points, and then it gets bad in the second half, and then, some people said he had tears in his eyes. So we'll see when he gets the MRI what that's going to be. But if he's out 3 weeks and he misses much of the first 3 games of the first round, whatever it may be, might be too much to overcome. And they're playing so well, it'd be a damn shame if he's out. We can't have it.
Yeah, I know. I totally agree. Well, that's a good comparison. It was rampant in 2021.
Yes.
Guys are dropping like flies. It's like, okay, well, who's going to... It's a war of attrition now, and who's going to come out standing a last man here? And it was the Bucks somehow. And they won despite freak getting hurt a little bit,
Oh, that was also Kyrie and James Harden. Because they beat the Nets, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
So that's the same thing. Brutal. So, it was disappointing. And, well, they got another shot at him coming up, but who knows who's going to be on the floor. If you're not on Profit X, Masters Week, the perfect time to start. New users get a sign-up bonus of $100 in bonus cash just for getting started. The code is VSiNMM. They're dropping Masters of Your Domain contest next week. Make one play of $50 or more in any market, win or lose. You're entered to win a $1,000 prize of your choice. Win or lose, you're in the running. Download the app now. Profit X code VSiNMM.
Bob McKillop next. Coached Steph Curry at Davidson. We'll talk Crown in the Final Four coming up.
As sports fans, we may cheer for different teams, but there's one thing that we can all agree on. We want the game to be big. And with 3 levels, 30 cabanas, a 143-foot screen, 6 clean pools, and endless cold drinks, it doesn't get any bigger or any better than Stadium Swim in Las Vegas. All sports, all seasons. It's more than a pool deck. Stadium Swim. It's the only thing like it in the world.
Elevate your sports betting game with VSiN's exclusive betting splits. Stay ahead with real-time market trends and track bet percentages on any matchup. Then uncover the edge by comparing them to the amount of bets placed to find out where the sharp money is headed. Upgrade to VSiN Pro to access betting splits, live odds, line moves, power ratings, and in-depth game analysis. Go to VSiN.com/pro to join VSiN, the sports betting network.
This is VSiN, the sports betting network. VSiN.
Welcome back. We're live in Vegas. Circa Resort and Casino is the spot. Mitch Moss along with Paulie Howard as we are on Final Four Eve. And the numbers now, they are kind of the same where they were at pretty much the entire week, although some books actually moved Illinois down to 1.5, Paulie, in the game against UConn coming up tomorrow. You're on UConn.
Well, it's more a bet on Hurley, though. And again, as we said when we filled out our brackets, I couldn't get there to put UConn in the Final Four based on the Marquette game and the two St. John's appearances, but I guess shame on me. But for them to be here in his 17-1 ATS run in the tournament, they have had some bad moments, though.
Yep.
Right? I mean, you're down 19 against Duke. You were life and death to beat Furman. You were excellent against UCLA. You almost blew a 19-point lead against Michigan State. So there's been a lot of bad moments in the last month, even though they're in the Final Four. And as we've discussed all week, the Illinois team not getting much respect and not talked about, that they were out there at 60-1, and how they've turned this around and, number one, been so good defensively and what they've done on offense. But the big thing is to hold VCU to 55, to Houston to 55, to lock down Iowa, and then to beat Iowa by 13 points when you couldn't make a shot from outside. Very impressive.
Yeah, let me give you some numbers at Lucas Oil Stadium, where 40 college basketball games since 2013 have been played for the tournament. The first half over is actually 24-16 in those 40 games, courtesy of Evan Abrams' Action Network, going over on average by 2 points per game. So they're close. Those first half overs were 11-6 in the NCAA tournament. Of those 40 at Lucas Oil, only 3 closed at 150 or higher. And Michigan and Arizona certainly higher than that, much higher than that right now. But those 3 games went 3-0 to the under. Now, second half unders in the NCAA tournament, specifically at Lucas Oil Stadium, are 16-11 to the under. So I did some digging. I went back and looked at not only Lucas Oil, but the permanent transition into football stadium started in 1997. And I went back and looked at all the scores from 97 to last year. I'll give you an example. In the Final Four last year, Florida beat Auburn 79-73. That total was around 160. That stayed under. Houston beat Duke by 3, 70-67. That stayed under. The national title game stayed under. But if you go all the way back, here are the numbers, because this whole talking point of, you would think, right, unders have been a major storyline over the last almost 30 years.
Tough background, yes.
So 56 semifinal games from 1997 to 2025. 26 overs, 29 unders, 1 push. Championship games, 13 overs, 15 unders. Across all 84 games, so semifinal Saturday and the national title game, 39 overs, 44 unders, 1 push. I would just have thought like unders would have been 50 and 33 or something like that.
Yeah.
In that range.
Mm-hmm.
But nope.
Yep.
It's kind of a coin flip.
Mm-hmm. I have to contain Reed. Got to slow him down somehow, some way. Plus, if he goes off, then he can open it up for the shooters. And Caravan likes to bomb from way out as well, too. But that's the impressive thing of what they did against Duke. They couldn't make a shot, and they come all the way back, led by the defense and rally to get the win. And then Caravan and Mullins hit the big threes when it mattered. You asked Jay Billis yesterday, does the meeting November 28th mean anything? He says no. Illinois definitely a different team, and it's been a great run, what they've done, and we'll see if they can have success scoring down low, getting easy baskets, and also containing Reed, which I don't know. It might be more he has to beat himself and maybe struggle shooting and not get the easy baskets because he's just been so good in what he's done. And he's so damn big, he's hard to slow down as well. But these are phenomenal matchups, and I know Coach is coming in here in a second. You have 4 games tomorrow, and every game the point spread's 1.5 with the Crown semis and the Final Four.
Sure. Are you a fan of Dan Hurley? Not as the coach, but his antics.
I can't believe the headbutt. I'm just shocked at his behavior.
Do you mean after the Mullen shot when he went up, he put his he went up to the referee,
the jacket's off,
and he puts his nose on the referee's face like this, in a stare down contest for 3. I'm like,
I thought he wanted the chest bump. He said, I know. Well, he's an unbelievable coach, but he's tough to take. There's no doubt about it.
Yeah.
I mean, it seems every time they lose, it's the official's fault.
Yeah.
And there's a technical, and he gets tossed. So I would love to see the Big Ten get it done and end the drought. So whether it's Illinois against Michigan in the final, but I do hope, and as you have said it many times, I hope we get good games.
Yeah, no doubt.
And we're supposed to, based on these point spreads, and then the two heavyweights, which who's got the best A game in college basketball? Maybe it was Duke if they were healthy, but I would love to see that Michigan team that was rocking everyone in the non-conference and what they did, especially the Gonzaga performance to beat them by 40. But it begs the question, it hasn't happened yet, but what happens if Michigan's not knocking down the threes?
Sure.
Will they have success down low? Can they slow down Arizona, who's number one in free throw attempts, and getting to the line? But the way they've been shooting, it hasn't been a problem, and they've been so good. And it's not getting talked about enough, at least in my opinion, that they've won all these games and scored 90 points in all of them.
I liked what Humans and Murray were talking about last night on primetime. And that is, again, both teams are so big down low, and Michigan is as good as it gets at defending the rim. And that's where Arizona thrives. They don't take a lot of threes. They're one of the lowest three-point volume teams in the entire country in terms of attempts. So if that's the case, then I don't think that they want to get into a half-court kind of slow-down game. I think they're going to want to push the entire time, and Michigan will absolutely play that game. Mm-hmm. So it's a fascinating handicap there. But in the Illinois-UConn game, Dan Hurley, one thing about him is he's an absolutely tremendous soundbite. And he gets it, right? And he was talking about the mission on hand.
I had to let everyone enjoy it. I couldn't come in on Monday like a cold, damp blanket and just start destroying people on Monday. I mean, that just would have been just a cruel thing to do to people's spirit after such an incredible victory. But Tuesday, you just got to bring everybody back to reality. You know, like the reality is that moment's over. It's an incredible moment. You'll have that the rest of your life. You know, but we came here for rings, not watches. You know, everyone that comes to the Final Four gets a beautiful watch. You know, but only one group's going to get a ring. You know, so get off social media, stop injecting the dopamine into your arm, and get serious about the preparation and the practice, because we don't hang banners for Final Fours at UConn. We hang national championship banners, and if you want to hang a banner, you got to get your eyes off social media, get your face out of the phone, and get locked in on Illinois, because, you know, Illinois is one of the best teams in the country, and they're as big a threat to winning this tournament as any of the four teams.
That's just absolutely phenomenal.
Great job. Yep. They don't get to the free throw line.
I know.
So, you know, with the freebies, Illinois doesn't allow you to get to the line.
They will not allow you.
Nope. The UConn's 307 and getting to the free throw line. And that's going to be big, too. Who can get easy baskets? And that would be concern me also in the late game if I'm a Michigan fan. Just how Arizona's number one doing this in attempts. But maybe it's decided by three. Because they're near the bottom at 3-point rate, and it's bombs away with Michigan and what they've done all season and all tournament long. So I think it was McCormick who was on with Nick Whalen, though. He did say if it's Michigan against Illinois, he gives Illinois a great chance to win, because Michigan played their best game, or maybe the second best game of the year, when they went to Champaign and beat them.
I don't disagree with that.
Yeah, I thought that was interesting. So especially if they blow them out, you might get an inflated point spread there.
I would think so, right?
Yes.
And, so breaking down the Hurley numbers overall, you all know about like 17-1 last four tournaments, and how he had that streak snapped against Furman. Well, now it's if you go just round of 32 on, 14-0 ATS in the NCAA tournament. That's just sick. And the runs that he put together in back-to-back years where they covered every single game, that's never going to be topped. I don't know how any team was capable of doing that once ever, and he pulled it off back-to-back years. So
Caesars has added 20-0 runs.
Oh,
for
mama.
The specials. How good is that?
I'll give you the numbers right now.
It's very good. The kill shots.
So here are the numbers overall. Arizona on the year, they have 35 10-0 runs on offense. They've only conceded 2. That's it. Michigan has 41 on offense. They've conceded 3. Will either team go on a 10-0 run in this game? I would submit that the team that do it first wins the game, because I don't think we're going to get a lot of that.
Each team to score 70 minus $3. 30 points in each half, minus 260. Michigan, 10-0 run, plus 170. Arizona, plus 190.
Oh,
each team to score 90 points, 10-1.
Do we get that kind of a track meet, though, again, in a football stadium where it's the Final Four? They're capable.
Yes.
I know it, but...
Michigan, 15-0 run, 22-1. Arizona, 25. Arizona, 20-0 run, 125-1.
Wow. And up next, Bob McKillop's going to join the program in Las Vegas for the Crown Basketball Tournament. Now down to their semifinals. We'll discuss that. He's the perfect guy to discuss Cinderella as a longtime head coach at Davidson, and Steph Curry coming up here on VSiN.
VSiN's player prop projection tool is now available for the NBA. Get projections for points, assists, rebounds, and more powered by Opta AI. On VSiN.com/NBA props, we line up our projections against the latest DraftKings odds so you can quickly spot mismatches and find value before the market adjusts. The NBA player prop projections tool is available exclusively to VSiN Pro subscribers. Check it out now at VSiN.com/NBA props and join us on the Sports Betting Network.
There is no other college basketball betting analyst quite like him. His passion is unparalleled. He handicaps every game, every day, all season long. Sleep is not an option for him. He stays fresh by running 12 miles a day, every day, while doing his podcast and answering your tweets. He is Greg Hoops Peterson.
Tame the madness of March by catching Greg Peterson on VSiN, the Sports Betting Network.
This is Follow the Money on VSiN.
A lot to get into with our first guest today on the program as we're live in Vegas from the Circa Resort and Casino at the Final Four tomorrow. The Crown is in Las Vegas. They're down to their semifinals, which will also be played tomorrow. And a longtime coach at Davidson, Bob McKillop, joins the program now. He's in town for the Crown. Great to meet you, sir. Thanks for the time today. How are you?
Well, Mitch, Paulie, thank you for having me. This is a joy for me to be with you.
Well, very, very nice of you to say. Did pretty good basketball, by the way, in the Crown as well. That the Oklahoma-Colorado game the other night was outstanding going to overtime.
Extraordinary because Colorado was missing 3 key players, and they played some rookies, some freshmen who had limited playing time, and yet they forced the issue to an overtime game. And Oklahoma, is maybe one vote away from getting to the tournament, and Porter's done an outstanding job of putting that team together. And to have them come and perform at that level after taking 2 weeks off says quite a statement about the coaches and the players.
Mm-hmm. He was on the hot seat, according to some, and then some people thought she should have made the tournament. How about the AD coming out and say we failed him, we're bringing him back, and we need to step up with NIL money and help Mosier out? I've never heard that before. That was incredible.
What was great about that was that it was a new AD on the block, because Joe Castiglione has retired, and the new AD comes in and makes that kind of statement. If I'm Porter, I'm like dancing in the streets that I got this kind of support from the new guy in town. Mm-hmm. And that was a very bold and powerful and courageous statement by the athletic director to take on that responsibility.
Mm-hmm. So you're the perfect guy to talk about Cinderella. Back in 2008, when we had the first time ever all 4 number 1 seeds made the Final Four, your team with Steph Curry was this close to beating Kansas and playing the role of a spoiler that year. And Steph was unbelievable, obviously. So you retired in 2022. I didn't know this, but you didn't make anybody aware of that.
No, I did not make the announcement about my retirement till I think it was June 30th or June 28th. I had spoken with the athletic director that I was contemplating it and did not fully decide I was going to do it till maybe February, March of the season, but kept that to myself and to the athletic director.
So the comp I wanted to, because we have something similar going on in the Crown, and that is with Creighton and Greg McDermott. Longtime coach there, has done a bang-up job, really good program. But this is public knowledge, and everybody knows that he's calling it quits, and they made the Final Four. Like, is there something there where the players are going to go out and play can they put into an extra gear knowing that that's it for the coach?
Sometimes that could be a process that backfires. If you think you're going to get the momentum and the impetus and the inspiration from that, you might remember when Mike decided he was going to leave Duke, that last game at home was against North Carolina, and they lost that game. And then, of course, he comes through the tournament, and everyone knows, again, it's his last go-around, his last rodeo in the NCAA tournament. And I believe they got to the Final Four, but they lost, again, not fulfilling that aspiration that Mike's teams always had. So I think there's your players can play harder, and I think Mike's players always play hard for him. Greg's players always played hard for him. So I don't think that little extra dose of inspiration is going to matter much in the game. There'll be a lot of emotion, but I don't believe it's going to make them play any harder because they play hard all the time.
Do you think Oklahoma wins it?
I would look at the Oklahoma-Baylor winner as being the one who does win it. Mm-hmm. Baylor, they did not have a great season as typical of Baylor, but those 2 kids that are going to be NBA picks, they opted to come back and play in that game. And let me tell you, when people opt out of games, whether it's a bowl game or whether it's the NIT or whether it's the Crown, you don't get a chance to be a teammate too often in your life. That time vanishes. And 5, 10, 15 years from now, you're going to reflect back and say, geez, I had a chance to be a teammate, and I was. I came back, and I played in a postseason event, the Crown. And I believe that's one of the things we need to really emphasize in our country today. Being a teammate is a special gift and a special opportunity.
We saw that with Duke and their loss because Caden Boozer, who got a lot of the blame after that turnover to basically give it back to UConn, he was hurt because he realized that might be the last time I can ever play with my brother, who's going to be a super high lottery pick.
And, that particular game shows you the magic of the Final Four and the NCAA tournament. A week earlier, Hubert Davis and North Carolina gets beat by Virginia Commonwealth after having a significant lead. And then fast forward 1 week, and the same thing happened to Duke. But then you could even reflect further back, the lead up to that, the St. John's UConn game in Madison Square Garden. Mm-hmm. I mean, that was a tremendous performance by St. John's. Sure. And you'd wonder after that game what's going to happen to UConn. But that's where Danny Hurley is so good.
No doubt. And on paper, it's a great Final Four. Last year, all 4 number 1 seeds, great Final Four. Are we trending in that direction? Again, you're the perfect guy to talk to. All this talk leading into the tournament and Selection Sunday, like Miami doesn't belong. Bruce Pearl's on national TV. I don't get it. I wouldn't put them in. I'd put Auburn in. The coach or the university where he was at. We have to have the little guy still have a chance here in the tournament. That's what made it so special for 40 years, yeah?
I believe the little guy is going to have a difficult time unless they are able to generate some NIL money, because it's come down to having money to be able to buy players. And that's the dynamic that we now all face in the world of college sports, whatever sport it is, that money can separate the mid-majors from the high majors. The blue bloods are no longer the blue bloods because that money is being spread out to a significant number of teams that were not blue bloods.
The thing that frustrates me is they won't throw them a bone. And you can speak to this as well, and we've heard several coaches comment on it. How hard is it to schedule and get games in the non-conference?
It's hard, but I believe that a lot of it depends upon your creativity. A lot of it depends on your willingness to go to an opposing arena. A lot of it depends upon your willingness to play in a multi-team event. Uh-huh. And we could reference our 2007-2008 team. That year, we played Duke and North Carolina in the Charlotte Coliseum, called the Spectrum Center now. But that were part of a 2-for-1 deal. So we played 2 at Duke or 2 at Carolina and come back and play 1 at our place. And it wasn't our place, it was the Charlotte Coliseum. And they wanted to play there because that's where the ACC tournament was several months later. So we had those 2 teams. Then we had NC State at the RBC Center at that time. And we also were in the Anaheim John Wooden Classic and played UCLA. So we played 4 top 10, top 15 programs in that first month of the season. So it was a great aspect for our development as a program because we lost very close games to all 4 of them. And it gave our guys encouragement. So we broke for Christmas with 4-6. Okay. And I'm ready to not even put the Christmas tree up. and we come back from Christmas and we win 28 straight.
Wow. Jeez. Wow. That's amazing. If you were a young up-and-coming coach today, do you think that you would like the landscape of college sports?
I'm a competitor, so sometimes I would get on the court at the park and not like the matchups that we had in a park game. But it doesn't make me not want to be back on that park pavement and play. And that's the way I am as I look at the culture of college athletics today. It needs to be fixed, no doubt about it, but it's also an invitation to roll your sleeves up more, to fight more, to become more competitive, to think more out of the box, whatever it might be. Find a way and try to somehow manage your team in a way that you can compete in whatever is going on in the world of college basketball.
I wonder how many coaches are going to just kind of skip the idea of really concentrating so hard on the top 15, 20, 50 recruits in the country and saying, well, I have backers. We can spend money. We can go and get veterans who are 21 years old, who are grown men right now, and I can concentrate on European players, and that's where I'm going to spend most of my time bringing players in to kind of change on a year-to-year basis.
Well, I believe Arizona starts 2 freshmen, correct? Or at least have 2 guys in the rotation that are freshmen. Duke has started how many freshmen? So look at the kid that makes the shot. Mullins is a freshman. Those programs managed to do it with some freshmen. And what I find annoying for me relative to the culture is that the two areas that the NCAA so promoted and demanded in all of my time as a coach was no agents or third parties and academic integrity. And neither of those are spoken about anymore. Not even spoken about.
Not spoken about. Hang tight. You're going to come back for one more segment. Long